McCarthy. Now, before we get into McCarthy's downfall, he was removed from Speaker by Matt Gaetz and all of his freakazoid.
Never kevers. Excuse me.
Never
freakazoid.
Yeah, that's us.
Brave, bold. I'm a never kever.
But they voted for him. They were a one-time.
Well, the
kever.
entire Democratic Party voted for him.
Yeah, that's right.
No. He voted in favor of him being Speaker at one point. He was for one moment a kever.
Oh,
yeah.
Kever.
I guess that is true. You can't technically.
You're not wrong about that.
He's not a never kever. You can't claim that. That's stolen valor.
But, it's compromise. Sometimes you got to do compromise, like the Democratic Party. What did the Democratic Party do this past week? Just like everyone always asks, reach across the aisle. They found bipartisanship in removing Kevin McCarthy from the speakership position.
Absolutely.
So to them, I applaud that. I am also a centrist Democrat, a centrist liberal, and also a never kever. And I think that it was wonderful and good that the Democratic Party held hands with Republicans and
unity,
got this done.
Unity, love, respect, and in the interest of productivity as well.
Yeah.
So before we get into it, there's this really funny little side street about this guy, Jamal Bowman.
Yes.
He's a Democrat who so
he ran on a more progressive platform than he actually is, in my opinion, in Bronx, and he is he used to be a former principal.
Don't care about any of that.
I mean, he's an interesting guy. He's also actually yacked.
No.
He is so jacked. He does like 3 plates on the bench.
Hassan, I don't care about any of that. This is what I care about. The man pulled the fire alarm.
Yes, he did.
During Congress, while they were, it was not during the vote, but before, when they were
leading up to the vote, he was trying to rush over there to vote for the clean resolution.
He pulled the fire alarm.
And he pulled the fire alarm, and I will defend him.
Now, hold on, because there's a whole lot, like, what's going on here? So initially, people thought that he did it to delay a vote, to stopgap the bill during a time when Democrats were scrambling to read the bill. Okay, so people thought it was a delay tactic.
Yeah.
Okay. However, Bowman explains something quite different. Here he is. Oh, he put out a statement here. Yeah. This is official.
Well, before the statement, let's just say that the Republican media ecosystem took this as Jamal Bowman is a terrorist.
I've got all this.
He is a January 6er. Right. He was trying to delay, congressional, like the congressional process in the same way that January 6ers did.
You want to read this Trump?
Sure.
This Trump tweet.
Will Congressman Jamal Bowman be prosecuted and imprisoned for very dangerously pulling and setting off the main fire alarm system in order to stop a congressional vote that was going on in D.C.? His egregious act is covered on tape, a horrible display of nerve and criminality. It was a very dangerous obstruction of an official proceeding, the same as used against our J6 prisoners. Actually, his act may have been worse. He must suffer their same fate. When will his trial begin?
Execute him. That's what I say. Here's Crowder. He dedicated a whole segment to this.
It was written by a 4-year-old, just to be clear. I just love it. Yeah, he was trying to open the door, so he pulled this alarm, and it was confusing. Of course, that obviously that dog won't hunt. It's really undeniable at this point. We've done it in the past, but we need to revisit this.
Can we pause this for a second?
That dog won't hunt.
I want to explain something here. One.
You ever heard that? That dog won't hunt?
Yeah,
only in a Primus song.
I just want to point something here. Okay. That door is normally open, okay? That is a door that is normally open. They put those impromptu signs on top of it was like already confusing.
Hold on. Before you try to acquit him, this is what the door looked like when he pulled it.
Exactly.
So why the fuck did he pull the fire alarm?
I think he mistakenly, he was rushing over to the other building. It was across the lawn on the other side.
What the fuck?
He literally read the sign because it says push until alarm sounds for 3 seconds. Door will unlock in 30 seconds. So he probably tried to push it. It didn't unlock. So he thought like, okay, if I pull the fire alarm, like the door will unlock.
That's crazy though.
Which is which is really dumb. Like, make no mistake.
Look at this. This
but
is
that
like,
door is normally open, Ethan. It's
okay,
not
well,
like-
it wasn't today.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like
The sign is confusing. I'll
The
give
sign
you
is
that.
confusing.
I don't know how. I don't think
Push.
I ever would have arrived at the conclusion that I need to pull the fire alarm to open the door.
No,
I
push
agree.
That
until
sign is
alarm
confusing as fuck.
sounds. 5 seconds.
I agree.
Door
I
will
don't know why
unlock
he didn't
in
just like
30
push
seconds.
the
What?
door.
What kind of emergency exit plan is that? Just wait here for 30 seconds and it will probably open?
Bro.
It is a very strange
That's
sign. I
fucked
don't know
up.
what that means.
What kind of? That's not an emergency.
And
exit.
also, it's additionally strange considering that door is not considered an emergency exit only, and it's just perfectly open on other in other times throughout the day and also other times throughout the week. So he's like, that's a door I take every time I go, you know, and I don't know why the fuck it's not opening right now, but it probably isn't that big of a deal. Here, let me try to open it.
Apparently, oh, go ahead.
The other side of this is like they're trying to say he was trying to delay the vote, right? Trying to delay the fucking vote.
Mhm.
Dog, the Democratic Party was already on board with voting for the clean resolution. And he literally went and voted for it. It's not like he won them any time. Like,
The truth is that he didn't gain anything from it. It was probably just a really bizarre fuck up. And it's just, the whole story is very funny. Apparently, Crowder has a really spectacular racist rant about it.
Fox and there was a Fox and Friends lady who literally said they think they're above the law because
I have that.
because of, yeah, okay, so here let's listen to Steven Crowder and the other lady who's insane.
This is time for this week's installment of Jamal Bowman. What a piece of shit.
Chill, man.
You got graphic, dude.
Wait, why is Jamal Bowman a piece of
It's
shit?
not even a
This is
funny,
part 2, dude.
It's not even a funny title. You're just angry. Part 2.
Now, he did defend himself. I don't know if you guys saw. He said, I want to be very clear. This was not me in any way
Oh, he tried
trying
to deny
delay
it
the
was
vote.
him? That was not me? Oh, trying to delay the vote. Okay.
Now, here's the thing. That right away seems like protesting too much, but then he goes on to say, it was the exact opposite. Hold on a second. So it was the opposite? So you were trying to really, really vote?
Again, the facts of the situation clearly
yeah.
that it was a mistake and that he wasn't trying to.
What's their opinion on this? Like what
They don't need.
why would he try to delay the vote and not fucking vote for the thing that he voted for immediately after?
They don't need to analyze it any further. You know what I mean? That this is enough for the audience. But I mean, listen, it's embarrassing, and he definitely looks like a dumbass. So to me, that's enough.
He thought that was a lever.
Yeah. I was trying urgently to get to a vote, which I ultimately did. All right. Come on now.
Well, did he or didn't he?
Now, to be fair, in his defense, there were early reports that he did indeed smell smoke. I think that there was a reason that they did after
Yeah.
Tool Man. All right, never mind.
Oh, jeez. Tim.
Oh, but Hunter's smoking crack.
That's epic.
All right, he
That's
does
epic.
smoke crack.
It's an epic slam.
Oh, makes sense. Fired. Admonish yourself.
Admonish yourself, Tim. Come on,
Right
that one was
now.
that one was
Right now.
timing reliant,
Hunter's smoking crack. That was a good joke.
and he was slow to admonish himself.
All three of them.
Yo, he's got like 3 sound guys. Zach, what's going on here?
Nothing funnier than thinking about how all 3 of those dudes may or may not have seen Steven Crowder's dick or have like had Steven Crowder's cock on their shoulder.
Probably multiple times. Yeah.
Do they do sound bites?
It's kind of.
Something like that.
I mean, he's operating
Clowns.
a TriCaster or whatever.
Fucking clowns, bro.
That's a high
Throwing up
budget
this-
studio, though. Damn.
It's a nice
yeah.
board.
They got a nice place. They got a nice place.
They even got that on-air sign. That's fancy. We don't have one of those.
We do, but you have to manually plug it in. So we'll just never do it.
We don't have the manpower.
Yeah.
I'm not doing
I'm just
that.
lazy.
I'm just saying I could challenge those guys 3-on-1. Bring
Yeah,
it on.
of course.
Bring
bro.
on. Fucking
3-on-1.
Obviously, look at
Soundbite
this.
battle.
This operation is bloated.
He's very white. It's
Although he doesn't pay them, he barely pays them, as I understand it. So
Right.
Yeah.
that's easy to get lots of labor and exploit it.
Baby.
all type 1 fibers. I don't know why. This
So
does
not
not
funny.
mean in
What
any
are they
way trying to delay the vote. It was the exact opposite of that.
I was trying really, really
Hey,
hard.
sir.
Oh no, not the
Are you
accent.
stealing from this Walgreens? No,
creeping
I
in.
wasn't
What?
not
Don't worry,
stealing
don't
from this Walgreens. It looks like you have $994 of merchandise you're carrying out the door. They
It
didn't
looks like you have $18.44 worth of merchandise, sir.
$994. Like,
Why so specific?
I think he's just, I mean, he's saying like Jamal Bowman is black, so he's stealing from Walgreens, right? That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, of course.
Also, $994 of merchandise at Walgreens. Like, the fuck are you stealing, dude? Brandon's America, folks. I got one basket of eggs. It's $900.
You know what? That's literally one packet of baby food, actually.
Yeah.
It's one tub of baby food.
Fucked up, dude.
pay for. Oh, this? No, this is it's the opposite of stealing. I was going to take it out so that I could pay for it out there, come back here and buy it again. Why? How do you buy your pharmaceuticals?
No shot they think this is fun. There's no shot. Right? There's two of them, man. They're both laughing. Where do I get these guys? I need.
You want a pair of twins? To,
I need a
chuckle at everything.
Yes,
you say?
man.
On the
Two of
peanut
them.
gallery.
Okay.
I take three of them. Fuck.
Good triplets.
Call them Peanut and Gallery.
That makes no sense. Are you a racist? All right, just steal the shit.
It's the dumbest argument I've ever heard. I pulled a fire alarm because I didn't know how to work a door. It has a sign on it that
Yeah, he's an idiot. That's the point. Okay, whatever. Dumbasses. Let's watch this. The Fox one you were mentioning here. Oh wait, no. This is. Okay, here. A Jamal Bowman fire alarm stunt was criminal and unethical. So why isn't he being charged?
Journos wanted to go away.
That's right.
They're burying the story, man. It's crazy. And they're burying the story by collaborating with Matt Gaetz to unseat Kevin McCarthy so that people talk about that instead of Jamal Bowman's criminal actions.
Go away.
He should be executed.
No.
Thank you very much. We know you've got to go, otherwise somebody's going to pull the fire alarm.
Actually, just one last thing. We have 20 seconds. What are you going to do? Nicole Malliotakis wants Bowman, Congressman Bowman, out. Are you going to support his ouster?
Well, first of all, we're going to go through the investigation. What's really interesting, this is a former principal.
You're not going to do shit because you're not even the fucking speaker anymore, dumbass.
Yeah, he's a free agent in his own words.
That's what a fire alarm is. This is a man that has gone on and yelled at members, and his behavior has been unbecoming.
This man is the most experienced with fire alarms, okay? He was a principal.
Oh, shit. That's actually a good point. That is a good point. That man was a principal and he doesn't know what the fuck a fire alarm does? I don't buy it.
Yeah, dude. He was trying to delay the vote, dude.
That's not a bad point.
If it really was just an accident, when the Capitol Police came to interview you, why would you lawyer up right away?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
smart.
Yeah, he works in government. Man knows.
Hello? Yeah, what the fuck? Why would you? What? Of course you fucking lawyer up when cops talk to you. What do you mean? What
always,
the fuck?
Always.
It's
That's
literally the
awesome.
smartest thing you can do, okay?
Yeah.
Even if you are innocent, okay?
Dude, that's awesome that he said that. Anyone that lawyers up is clearly guilty. That's the best. I love that.
Not
would you
Trump,
say-
though. Not Trump.
Yeah, how many
Trump.
lawyers?
He has like
Trump have again?
1,000 lawyers?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I made a mistake here. Why would you let it go on?
What do you believe
everybody
happened?
knows
What do you
you've
really
been
Let it
think
go
happened?
on.
You know how to get to
They're
the
making
Capitol.
it seem like this
you
like
think-
minor mishap even stopped the process for any amount of time when it literally didn't. Okay, like the funniest thing is the reason why this story got buried, even though we're rehashing it because it's so funny, is because the much larger, more important thing that he was supposedly trying to quote unquote delay happened immediately after. So, of course, that was the much larger, more important thing, which was voting in the clean resolution bill, which they all did, including Jamal Bowman.
Right.
It's not even a benefit to delay that process. Like, why the fuck would he do that?
Yeah. Love them.
He knew this was all
Oh,
on purpose.
everybody. If you know this individual, everybody knows. And if you've been a principal, you've had fire alarms and you've had children pull
I
fire
know.
alarms.
And you know what happened to those kids? They were put to death as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's a fun little wrinkle that's been happening. Oh yeah, George Santos, my boy, says it's treason. Yes.
I can't believe how much that piece of shit lucked out. Like, everybody kind of forgot about his insane amounts of lies and because like so much has happened now in Congress.
It blows my mind that he's just carrying on like nothing.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Oh no, this is the one that
Because
I want.
American Congress is a fucking clown show. I'm actually happy that people are finally coming to terms with that reality, especially the House of Representatives. Because like look at, I mean, you got in the Senate, you have Bob Menendez. Okay. In the House of Representatives, you have Matt Gaetz, who has an ethics investigation conducted on his improper dealings with a minor, sex trafficking of minors potentially. There was an active federal investigation on it, which they suspiciously dropped, which he literally asked for a pardon from Donald Trump on before the investigation was even concluded. It's just these guys are all insane. They're all out of control, and they can kind of get away with whatever the fuck they want because there's always a new thing happening in the fucking carnival,
But this guy, I mean, he's such a fucking phony. The man has no credentials. Anyway, here he is doing a sassy little tutorial about fire alarms, which I like. I enjoyed it.
Congressman George Santos, this here is a fire alarm.
That suit is awesome.
If you lift this part here and pull this down, you trigger an alarm. Don't do it. Stay good, kids.
Bro, aren't you the guy that stole money from like an animal shelter and like
from vets?
From fucking
He
vets?
stole someone's dog.
Yeah, don't tell me about fire alarms.
Literally stole a dog, dude.
Why is he not in jail? I mean, honestly, he stole someone's dog. He just took their animal.
A homeless vet's dog.
No, he got it. He denied it the treatment. What do you mean he stole?
Didn't he take it to some treatment center and then didn't give it back or something?
No,
Am
I
I
don't think he
misremembering
stole
how
it.
it
No, I
went?
don't think so.
Okay.
That would just
make
I
die.
story much
apologize. He's not a
funnier.
dog napper. He's just
Yeah, that's
just a
weird.
normal con man.
Okay, so moving on. That's one funny little tangent. Moving on, we've got Cav.
A lot of people just hate to see a Latinx man win,
Right.
That's why they're hating on George Santos and Bob Menendez.
Also, he's a Holocaust survivor. Or his grandmother was a Holocaust survivor.
Yeah.
That's right. Zach is pointing out that he owns the same suit as George Santos.
You look much better in it.
Thank
You
you.
do.
And just want to look at the watch, if you want to.
Oh, okay. It's hard to tell from the.
He's
Yeah,
got George
yeah.
Santos' whole house on his
shit.
wrist.
Wait, you have two watches on? What's the other cuff?
Oh, it's a bracelet.
Oh, it's a bracelet.
Yeah.
See.
But great Ralph Lauren suit. Macy's on sale.
Yeah, you went boss mode.
He was definitely giving car salesman more than you were.
Also, that's also the Lego Lou suit. So he's bricked up.
Bricked
up.
So let's see. We are. The vote was cast 216 to 210. The first time the speaker's been removed ever.
Yeah.
Here's the 8
Pretty cool.
Republicans that voted with
the UK
Dem-
now.
Oh, is
Yeah,
that-
we do have a lot of like weird procedural hurdles now, like European social democracies, and none of the amenities of a European social democracy.
Yeah.
Like no adequate public transit. Oh my God, the guy on the top right looks like Fat Asmongold. What the fuck?
Nice to
I
hear.
never had seen that before.
Huh.
What's happening there? Is that Asmongold?
Interesting.
So this is the 8 Republicans that voted to impeach or remove him.
Traitors.
And so are people they gotta be pissed at these guys, right?
The Republicans? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. Fox News has been bullying them and criticizing them a lot. And it makes sense. They are quite literally showing the American population that at a time when like they're supposed to be circling the wagons, preparing for this national race that's about to happen in the general election against Joe Brandon, who is historically unpopular. They're having all this back and forth that helps the Democratic Party a lot.
Yeah.
Because people hate process in America. If you want to get something done, it doesn't matter. You could I'm not even kidding. You could institute a nationalized healthcare system tomorrow if you got it done in under 76 hours. Obviously that would never happen. But the longer you hold out, the more back and forth and the more deliberations happen in the legislative side, the more people get annoyed at it, the more time you have to like set up lies about how, Obamacare is going to create death panels and stuff like that, which they did at the time. And Americans hate that. They already hate Congress, and they hate when it's gridlocked. They hate this kind of back and forth. So I'm glad that the Republicans are doing it now instead of the Democrats
they look
constantly
horrible.
doing it.
Yeah, they just look like such fucking idiots. And it's awesome. Here's the minute he got fired. I'll get the look on his face.
On this vote, the yeas are 216. The nays are 210. The resolution is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. The office of Speaker of the House of the United States House of Representatives is hereby declared vacant.
Boom. And then the floor falls out under Kevin.
On this vote,
The trapdoor.
Is he in the room?
Yeah, he's in the room. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I want to see his face.
Oh, they didn't cut to him.
Which did he vote for? The motion to vacate the speaker's position was led by Gates, as we know, and there's other Republicans. Now everyone's pissed at them. The reason, I thought the Democrats might cut a deal with him, but there's some really interesting stuff that led up to it. For example, the Sunday morning before the vote, he went on Fox News and just fucking lied. Or Face the Nation. Is that Fox News? I don't know.
Face the Nation.
Face the Nation. It's not Fox News, CBS.
No, yeah, CBS.
And so he's like, no, the
CBS or
Democrats
ABC.
want the shutdown. And then everyone's like, dude, fuck this guy.
Most of it in the press probably thought we would have shut down yesterday too, but no, we did not.
Were you confident we wouldn't shut down?
I was confident I could get something on the floor to make sure the option that we would not.
But
that
you
our
weren't sure it was gonna
military.
pass.
Well, I wasn't sure it was going to pass. You want to know why? Because the Democrats tried to do everything they can not to let it pass. They did
Democrats were the ones who voted for this.
Did you watch?
In a larger number
Can you
than
pause for a
Republicans.
second? This is the reason why. This is the reason why he's just such a bad politician, and Nancy Pelosi would never. Okay, as much as I hate Nancy Pelosi, she's a great politician. She's very good at her job, which is oftentimes doing bad policy. Kevin McCarthy, this is the speculation inside of the Democratic Party at least. Kevin McCarthy did not realize that the Democrats would just drop the Ukraine funding immediately because they recognize something that he doesn't. Ukraine funding is bipartisan. Mm-hmm. Ukraine funding is packaged under military industrial complex appropriations, which will always pass. Okay? So, of course, they don't give a shit about adding it on the fucking clean resolution. Like, they'll make a big stink about it. They want to put it through. They want to push it immediately. But they could just hold out and do it later as a separate spending package, because ultimately that's always going to pass, because red states also have Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, and other facilities that produce some of these weapons that want this kind of spending to happen, right? So, yeah, they all immediately voted for the clean resolution. They were like, okay, fine. Yeah, no Ukraine spending. All right, got it. Fine, fair. Let's go. He thought that they wouldn't do that. He thought that the Democratic Party would hold out and say, no, we are going to not pass a clean resolution that we had formerly negotiated on to begin with for the next, and solidify our position for the next 45 days. Unless the $20 billion Ukrainian funds package was also tacked onto it. He was wrong. They collectively voted on it. Of course they did. That was his major issue.
Right.
He thought that they wouldn't vote for it. That's why he's saying that right now. He's like, oh, the Democrats are holding up process. Like, no, they fucking weren't, idiot.
They all voted for it. I mean, she does a good job of checking them.
Resolution alive.
Did you watch the floor yesterday?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
90 Republicans voted against it.
Did you watch the floor yesterday? Yes, I did. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Then, yeah, you're right. So he went on the night before the vote and tried to blame the Democrats, which I think pissed everyone off. And then the other thing he did, which was interesting, is that he called up the Democrats and specifically said, Hey, just so you know, I'm not willing to give
I
you
imagine
anything.
from Democrats.
No talks, no nothing. Vote for me because it's the right thing to do.
Oh yeah, I love
There's
this
shit
part.
all over the floor.
Speaker, what are the Democrats asking for? As you try to build support, I imagine from Democrats in this case, I imagine they're going to try to drive a hard bargain.
You know what? They haven't asked for anything. I'm not going to provide anything. And let's just be clear.
Oh, okay.
When Nancy Pelosi was the minority leader, she would always come in and she told Boehner and Paul that she didn't believe in them utilizing this, how they removed Boehner, that she would always vote it down, not based upon saving an individual, but based upon what's good for government.
Well, that didn't work out for you, did it, Dumb?
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. I can't believe the Democrats showed backbone for the first fucking time ever. It's almost like it is literally, and Osita Nwanebu had a really good take on this, like, Democrats exercising backbone and doing like literal, actual good politics, which is what the Republicans do all the fucking time and it's expected from them, is so shocking.
It's true. I didn't expect
to the Republican Party that they're like, it might as well be unconstitutional. They're like, what? No, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to protect the institutions, right? Like you're supposed to follow process. Well, what are you doing? You can't unseat the speaker. What? That's never happened before. It's like, dog, you literally didn't even offer concessions to conservative Democrats, okay? That's why they came out of that caucus, and Hakeem Jeffries was like, yeah, we're not going to fucking save him. What are you, out of your mind? I'm no fan of Hakeem Jeffries, okay? This is Nancy Pelosi's guy, all right? He is openly anti-progressive, but he did good politics there, okay? We do not agree on policy. We usually don't agree on politics, but he did good politics. Democrats did the right thing in the situation, and it was shocking for the fucking GOP. They were like,
agree.
what?
It's a good thing to see, man. Like, I did not expect it at all.
And it's so insane because the psychopaths on the article side of liberal mainstream media at the New York Times and at the fucking Daily Beast and all these conservative fucking losers are now cutting articles about how the Republican Party is imploding. Here's why it's the Democratic Party's fault for not saving Kevin McCarthy. And it's so stupid because, yeah, Kevin McCarthy is more moderate than Steve Scalise or whatever kind of fucking psychopathic vampire they're going to put into that position, right? Certainly. But it doesn't matter because he never legislated in that direction anyway. He never offered any concessions to the Democrats. Just because he's supposedly more moderate doesn't change the reality that it doesn't matter if it's fucking Steve Scalise or Kevin McCarthy. You're still opening up an impeachment inquiry into Joe Biden without any evidence whatsoever. You're still holding up legislation. Like, you're not doing a different job than the most right-wing speaker would. You're just doing the same fucking job.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
The expectation that the Democrats were supposed to save the Republicans without a single line item, without a single concession, is so psychotic unless you operate under the notion that the Democratic Party is supposed to be the controlled opposition party who just fucking sits there and eats shit and defends this like theoretical, supposedly moderate Republican party. It's so dumb.
It's pretty incredible how smug he is about like, oh, they're going to vote to keep me. Don't you worry. I'm not going to offer them shit. Bye-bye, dummy.
Institution as a whole. And that's the question has to be. Are we now in a situation in our government that we just provided keeping government open, that we're going to play politics with how you become speaker?
Dumbass.
If that's the case, then I think we've got real problems.
Yeah, no shit. We got problems, bro. You know, I mean, what the fuck? Now you care about procedure and shit? Dumbass, loser. Bye. Moron. Idiot.
Like, the saddest part about this for the Democrats is that if Kevin McCarthy went to more conservative House of Representatives, Democrats in the House of Representatives, he probably could have secured enough votes.
Definitely, yeah.
That, like, he needed like 8 guys.
Yeah,
you know
8.
what I mean? You don't have fucking 8 dudes
easily
to defend you in the House of Representatives on the Democratic side. You absolutely have those guys.
Yeah.
Okay, but he didn't because he was like, yeah, it don't matter. It don't matter. They will vote to defend me because they're pussies.
His play was like, if I cut a deal, I'll look bad. So I'm confident I'm going to win without it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to.
Yeah, his original play was the Democrats won't vote for the clean resolution because he's just not a good politician. That's it.
He's from Bakersfield, man.
Yeah. Big L
Bakersfield?
overall to just have a dude from Bakersfield be the Speaker of the House,
No
like
offense
second in line to the president.
to our friends in Bakersfield, but I mean, come on.
No, all disrespect.
Here is this video cracked me up. He was named the temporary speaker, and here he is adjourning the House. And boy, he was waiting for this moment for that gavel, man. He was dreaming of this moment. Watch
You think
this.
the DeSantis height stuff is bad?
Really?
Look up this man's mishaps on that
Really?
front. Woo, he's like 5'3".
Let's
But does he have boots, like crazy boots and stuff?
No, he stands literally on a crate when he gives interviews.
Well, that's fair. I mean, I mean, that's fair. He wants to,
At least he's upfront about it.
Yeah. Anyway, here he is.
Chair declares the House in recess, subject to the call of the chair. Chair declares.
I can't tell if he was pissed or if he's just.
He's pissed.
He's just excited.
Yeah, that's Kevin McCarthy's guy.
That's his boy.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
That's his boy. He's like, they did him dirty. I don't believe it.
I'm gonna slam this hammer down, just like it's meant to be done. Fucking pissed, man.
Chair declares the House in
Fucking
recess,
yam that
subject
shit.
to the call of the chair. Chair declares the
One of the funniest things that they did was immediately in the interim, like pro tempore speaker went and like took away Stoyer and Nancy Pelosi's like room in the Capitol, like because they have the. That's what you can do as the Speaker of the House, like their offices.
Yeah.
They immediately were like, "We're rekeying you. We're kicking you out." Bro, Nancy Pelosi wasn't even there. She didn't even fucking vote for or against Kevin McCarthy. She was at fucking Dianne Feinstein's funeral.
Right.
So like, that's it just goes to show it's all spite. It's all fucking petty. They're like, yeah, fuck you guys. We'll show you. You no longer have an office.
Sure. I mean, damn. You don't expect these people to be so childish and such like petty losers.
Oh, I 100% expect it.
But they are catty little bitches.
And the best
We need a
part
reality
about it,
show, man.
The best part about this is that like none of this fixes the internal struggle, the intra-party struggle in the GOP. They still have the same issues. Are they leaning into the culture warriors that want to obstruct for the sake of obstruction without any punishment whatsoever? You are a policy-less party at this point. Your goal is just death and destruction, and you constantly have to push the boundaries. The Democrats aren't giving you anything to fight against. So when you're the one leading the charge on policy and your main goal is to deregulate and just like remove civil liberties, people are going to understandably get mad at that, like Roe v. Wade. So they are in this spiritual struggle where they just have to figure out which direction they go in. Like, do we become even more fascist, or do we dial it back? Do we rein it in? If we rein it in, then we're no different than the Democrats in general.
Oh no, not Yang.
Oh yeah. Here's his.
We used to love Yang.
Oh, I never did. I
Yang.
fucking shit on him from the jump.
I loved him. He was my favorite. Friend of the show, actually. Or what? Well, yeah, he's a friend of the show. Sure. But here he is with a really moronic take. If you put political gain ahead of country's interests, which is the norm in D.C., we are lost. Shut the fuck up.
He's basically making exactly the argument that Hassam was articulating, some people making earlier.
Yeah.
Because it's just not fair. It's like the Republicans get to do whatever the fuck they want,
Yeah.
and then the Democrats have to be the adults. It's like, nah.
Hey, dog, how about you shut the fuck up? How about you win an election one time? Okay?
True.
Suck my dick. I don't want to hear your fucking analysis, dude. Look, why? Why do we do this? Why do we have all these fucking losers giving opinions on what to do, especially when they're like, you're not even a politician. You've never done any politics.
True. He's never even been elected.
You're a fucking two-time loser. Get the hell out of here. I don't want to hear from
But
your
like,
fucking...
it's not good politics, because what's good politics is just, passively enabling the Republicans to do whatever the fuck they want every goddamn time. That's not good politics.
When your enemy is making a mistake, do not interrupt them. That's it.
Right.
Sun Tzu.
He said that shit.
Yeah, he was right. The fuck are you doing?
Here.
sides, frankly. This is a loss for the country. And Laura's list had Ukraine aid number one. Imagine if you were one of the U.S.'s partners around the world, or Ukraine itself.
His title is former Democratic presidential candidate.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
That's not that
Cenk
illustrious.
Uygur.
You're right, yeah.
Cenk
Really
Uygur,
not.
former Democratic U.S. president.
I mean,
former Democratic presidential candidate Cenk Uygur.
I mean, how hard is it to become a presidential candidate? Anyone can do it. I could be a
Just
former.
paperwork.
Let's do that. Let's do that, Dan. I want to become a presidential candidate so I can have that title. Former Democratic presidential candidate Ethan Klein. That's sick. Dude, let's do the paperwork.
What part? You want to run in the Forward Party? Andrew Yang could probably sign you up.
No, I want to do a Democrat. I want this title.
Okay.
Yeah, I want this title.
I'll look into that, I guess.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey guys, we're fighting Russia here, and then you see that aid to your military falls into this abyss of American dysfunction. I mean, our debt got downgraded just the other day, and you think if your ratings agency right now...
It's like, it's the both sides fence-sitting bullshit. Hey, come on, can't we all work together, guys?
That's why he's the
Come on,
Forward Party.
man. You know,
He's not left or right. He's
I'm not
forward.
saying one's better, one's worse. I'm just saying, can't we all work together?
I love this because, like, it's just a less successful Democratic Party. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. None of his, I mean, he doesn't even have any, like, real policy positions, but, like, even the vibes he's putting out is just, like, it's just more Democratic Party. Like, it already exists out there. You can just vote for one of the two if that's your goal.
Right.
Damn, that's cold-blooded. We need to pass a budget for hemming pants. That's cold-blooded, man.
Yeah.
Do you think he brought the milk crate or someone else did?
Staffer.
carries
Probably carries it around.
everywhere?
Yeah, got it in the trunk.
Wow. I'm the milk crate guy.
Some fucking cousin Greg looking 6'7" staffer that just graduated from Yale and is like related to fucking Henry Kissinger somehow has to lug that crate around for this guy everywhere they go.
Here's McCarthy right after he was fired, crying. I'm so sad.
My goals have not changed. My ability to fight is just in a different form.
Nope.
Yeah, more like the ethereal form that it doesn't
Yeah.
exist. The spiritual realm. maybe.
He's so bitch made. It's funny because, like, one, he's not popular, okay, and the speakership role is like you have to be a diligent whip. Like, you have to be able to whip your votes. You have to be able to control all manner of different caucuses. Like, Nancy Pelosi was so fucking good at that. Actually, part of the reason why I hate Nancy Pelosi is literally because she was so fucking good at that and did it in with the most neoliberal positions you could arrive at, like PAYGO and things of that nature. And Kevin McCarthy cannot do that. Like, he just was not capable of doing that. The Speaker of the House is a very important role, probably one of the most important roles in Congress, and it's one that actually requires you to be charismatic to your own caucus, obviously, and it requires you to, like, actually do work.
Well, third in line. You know,
Second in line, technically, yeah, but I made that same mistake because there's a VP is first in line.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I guess the
I did the
president
exact
is
same
first.
thing.
First.
Yeah.
He's first. But you know what's interesting is because the Republicans are talking about getting Trump to be speaker, which is awesome. Dude, that's just two accidents away from Trump being back.
Yeah, so there's that part of there's that part of the craziness because, like, obviously, you know, Joe Brandon, it's not going to take much to fucking assassinate Joe Brandon, let's be real. Like, he's already fucking on his way out. So, yeah, someone's going to spook him. He's going to be like, ah! And then he's going to perish. But the real reason why I want Trump to be speaker so bad, and you can't, unfortunately, there's a rule that the Republicans implemented, I think, that, like, you can't have a felony indictment to be Speaker of the House.
We got to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can. I looked into that a little bit, and it would basically just be like a vote in their caucus.
Yeah, we'll
to
get rid of
repeal
it.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
I like they go. This
it.
law is so important.
Here it is.
This law is so
Rule
important.
26.
And then they go, oh, no, we don't need that law right now.
I wonder if that was a Dennis Hastert rule. Like,
it was 2002, I think I read that was initially.
Wait,
put in.
so it is. Wait.
Yeah, so it was Hastert in by then?
Speaker
Hastert
of the House.
Yeah, I think in the
2007 is when he got out.
Yeah, 99 to 2007.
Yeah,
this is
that might have been a fucking.
thing.
That might have actually been a Dennis Hastert rule because I forget where I read this, but so for those of you at home who do not know who Dennis Hastert is the longest running, still to this day, Speaker of the House of Representatives. He also is one of the most prolific pedophiles in American Congress.
I was going to say that dude's a pedophile. I'm sure of it. But you guys always get mad at me when I say that.
No, he is. He's a convicted pedophile. So
I was like, that guy's a pedophile. I'm sure of it.
So the idea was that the reason why they wanted Dennis Hastert and the reason why he was so, the reason why he was able to be the Speaker of the House of Representatives for so long was because internally Republicans were aware of his sexual deviancy, criminal acts, and that they could use that to control him. I would suspect that rule probably was like was a rule that they put in place because they were like, well, if you don't do something we want you to do, if you don't put forward a bill that we want you to put forward, for example, we'll just fucking hit you with the.
Damn, that's crazy. I wonder if that's probably the only time that they ever did that, use sexual blackmail to control Congress.
Yeah,
right?
certainly that's never happened.
Yeah, that's probably just the one-off.
Since then, like it's not happening right now.
Sure.
Well, one other spicy drama inside baseball moment is Matt Gaetz apparently is very upset at McCarthy for not standing against and stopping an active ethics investigation being conducted into Matt Gaetz, which was being conducted before there was a federal investigation into Matt Gaetz, whose best friend is currently in jail for sex trafficking minors.
What?
He's in prison for 11 years, which Matt Gaetz was also investigated for, which was suspiciously dropped by the federal government. So then the ethics committee investigation restarted again. He wanted Kevin McCarthy to stop that investigation. And Kevin McCarthy was like, I can't stop it because it started before I was even the Speaker of the House. Like, it would be illegal for me to stop an ethics investigation. What the fuck are you talking about? So that was one of the reasons why Matt Gaetz hates Kevin McCarthy, is what I've heard.
So is that still happening? Why is Gaetz?
Yes.
It is still happening.
Yeah.
So here he is actually talking about Gaetz.
Not a conservative. Look, you all know Matt Gaetz. You know it was personal. It had nothing to do about spending. It had nothing to do about everything he accused somebody of he was doing. It all was about getting attention from you.
Shut up!
I mean, we're getting email fundraisers from him as he's doing it.
That's pretty iconic if true.
Join in quickly.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah, why wouldn't
I believe it.
Yeah.
There's no way Kevin McCarthy doesn't do that too.
I mean, everybody.
Democrats do it too. They're like, hey, sorry to hit you up right now, but do you hate that all these babies died in the school? You should give us money.
This mass shooting was super tragic.
Yeah.
We're the only ones that can help prevent it.
Yeah. Can you please give us money?
That's true, huh?
That's not governing. That's not becoming of a member of Congress. And regardless of what you think, I've seen the text. It was all about his ethics. But that's all right.
So he's kind of doing something interesting here. He says, I've seen the texts. Is that he referring to some evidence that's been in the...
Well, there's
Wait,
some
does
other...
he say it's all about his ethics?
Yeah, he says the investigation.
I think he's signaling.
Yeah. Well, and we'll see. There's a couple other Republicans that are pissed at Gaetz that have started to spill the tea, as it were.
So wait, where do you see that?
Here. It's in the reaction section from
Let
establishment
them
Republicans are
fight.
out for blood.
Let
a bunch
them
of these
fight.
actually. Charlie Kirk kind of implied it on his stream.
Wait, let me watch Benny Boy. I'm surprised these guys are fucking...
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? This is such a major fuck up.
Tim Pool's is supporting...
Yeah,
Matt
Tim
Gaetz.
Pool's fucking dummy. Who gives a shit what Tim Pool has to say? Ben Shapiro at least is like relatively sane. And I mean, that doesn't mean much, but like Ben Shapiro understands
that this is bad.
That you have to fucking have like a reasonable, organized Republican Party that like at least somehow wins elections, because we're not at that stage of fascism yet where you could just like do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh shit.
You still need to like win at state legislatures. You still need to be able to court pack, and in order to do that, you still have to hold a majority in the House and also in the Senate. You know what I mean? Like for court appointments, you need to do that. And so he wants a reasonable Republican Party, or at least a Republican Party that wins. This is something that the Republican Party was very good at. The wedge issues that they created were created with the express purpose of driving division in the voting population, so that they could separate themselves from the Democrats, even though they're pretty unified when it comes to tax cuts for the wealthy, some moderate regulation, deregulation versus major deregulation, right? Like, they're in the margins there. So they had to go into the wedge issues, talk about like gay rights, talk about trans rights, talk about abortion, talk about gun control. And if you are so lost in the sauce in the culture war, if you've become a full-blown culture warrior, all of a sudden Americans are going to start going, it's a little bit too much for me.
Right.
And this is bearing itself out in the elections as well, in the midterms.
It's awesome that they're covering it so much, because that's how people really find out about it too. You know. Sure. But by the way, in the top,
Fox News has been shitting on Matt Gaetz.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Republicans are understandably very mad that this dude is like playing the role of a spoiler. You're not supposed to obstruct the Republicans. You're supposed to obstruct the Democrats.
Right. What does it mean that 2 of the top comments on this video are quotes of Thomas Sowell?
Huh?
Isn't that the guy who said compared Obama to
Thomas Sowell,
to
Supreme Court of the United States Justice Clarence Thomas's favorite thinker, who like red pilled him?
This was the guy that Just Pearly Things was citing.
Yes, he's every racist's favorite black conservative.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Oh, was he the slavery wasn't that bad?
Yeah,
or like,
yeah. That was
among many other things. Yes,
the slavery was exaggerated.
Welfare destroyed black communities, not the criminal justice system. So many beautiful.
Look how they love
it.
The top comment. Thomas Sowell also said that one of the problems politicians have is that they pay no price for being wrong. We need to kill them.
No.
Clearly, that's what he means.
I mean, he's right, though. Thomas Sowell, I can't believe I'm saying this, or that commenter is right. Politicians, especially on the Republican Party, do not pay a price for doing the wrong thing. And this is a legitimate problem, especially in the Republican Party, because the Republican base is so geared towards like ruining congressional process. And I don't mean this as like a January 6th joke. I mean literally, like that's what they've been doing since Mitch McConnell has been the Senate leader. They've just been obstructing. And when they realize that in a extremely polarized two-party system that we now have, because there aren't any like regional differences, there's no geopolitics happening in American Congress anymore like it did in like even the 50s and 60s. Different states had different interests, right? We don't have that anymore. You have 2 different parties. If you're a Republican in the North or in the South, you have the same interests. If you're a Democrat in the North or the South, you have the same interests. So Mitch McConnell tested out this theory that if he obstructed every single thing that Barack Obama was trying to push forward, and he would not get punished by the base. And he didn't. And since then, this is all they've ever done. They rarely ever pass any bills. They actively undermine, the Democrat in positions of power and their legislative agenda. And of course, if that is your main goal and your base is not punishing you for doing that, sometimes the obstructionist party is going to be obstructed by another person in their own ranks.
Let's see how Ben is apparently pissed.
That the GOP had pretty much every systemic advantage going into 2024. They had a deeply unpopular president of the United States with approval ratings in the high 30s, low 40s.
True.
A president of the United States with approval ratings on the economy in the 30s or 20s. What if I told you that the GOP had an economic edge on the issues that is their biggest since 1991?
True.
Well, what if I told you that going into the election, there was a very solid shot that Joe Biden's economic policies were going to drive America directly into a recession? Well, all of those things are true. All of those things are true.
That part I don't
and
know.
yet, somehow, Republicans have come up with a brand new strategy. This strategy is to join an idiocracy, it's a movie, from the 2000s, join in the idiocracy show Ow My Balls. This is their actual strategy, is just to kick themselves over and over in the balls until they win.
True.
I cannot see any other strategy here. I don't know why it's happening. It makes no sense to me. It is incredibly frustrating because I would like to see Joe Biden not be president of the United States. I'd like to see Democrats not make policy for the United States. I'd like Chuck Schumer not to be the Senate Majority Leader. And yet, since Republican victory in 2016, Republicans have lost something like 11 governorships. Republicans.
All right.
He's so right. He is reading the Republican Party of the filth because
pretty clearly there.
Because he's right. Nikki Haley is also right whenever she talks about this. There are still some like old school sane conservatives, I guess, who just want to be like, let's get back to deregulation. Like, you guys are fucking up. You guys are doing this like back and forth nonsense, and you're harming our chances of like coming into positions of power and actively undermining the federal agencies from within, like Trump did. You know what I mean? They have this major problem. They have a spiritual problem in the GOP right now.
Let's see. Charlie Kirk, is he threatening them? Sounds like maybe.
So here's what's happening right now. This is why the window needs to be filled very quickly.
God, he's a strange looking dude.
He's so odd.
And I don't even mean that as an insult. I mean, just I've never seen someone else that looks like him.
Very unique look.
This is the gayest generation in American history.
Right.
The establishment, the uniparty, the bad actors in D.C., they are out for blood. For the 8 people that voted against McCarthy, I've been just hearing whispers about some of the articles, opposition research, rumors of things. It is about to get very, very nasty.
Sounds fun.
So I like how he's on their side. He's like, oh, the established Republicans, they're coming for him or whatever. And I've been hearing a lot of really bad stuff about all my guys.
Yeah.
So look out. Like, it isn't like, oh, I'm disgusted by that. It's like, yo, heads up. Heads up, buddy. All of your crimes are about to come out.
I don't think this is a good opportunity to remind everybody that Charlie Kirk was anti-Donald Trump before Trump won the primaries. Just want to point that out. Charlie Kirk is a person who cares about Charlie Kirk more than anything else. He loves Donald Trump now, but I don't think he has any allegiances to Matt Gaetz. If Matt Gaetz is doing stuff that's like fucking the bag up for the rest of the Republican Party in as public a fashion as Matt Gaetz has fucked the bag up for them. So this is the reason why I think he's just saying, like, look alive, buddy. And I think Donald Trump is also very good at just like ripping his own like loyal supporters over and over again. Kevin McCarthy included, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So I don't think he gives a shit about Matt Gaetz at all, especially because he could probably say Matt Gaetz is a Florida guy, so he's DeSantis's guy. Matt Gaetz has actually helped DeSantis do debates. I mean, this guy, they're saying he's a pedophile, folks. They're saying it for Little Rhonda, too. I'm not saying it. They're saying
Don't call him a pedophile.
Don't do it. You can't do it.
When Matt Gaetz
It hasn't
came
been
to me,
proven yet.
When Matt Gaetz came to me, hat in hand, he said, please, Mr. President, I love you. Please pardon me. I said, what for? You've done no crime, I thought. What's going on?
I've heard Matt Gaetz is a pedophile. I don't believe it, though.
I'm not even, dude. Oh God, Trump should just hire me, dog. What the fuck? I should just turn heel and become a Republican. I would be so good.
So here's Fox News getting super pissed off about it all.
I'm furious. First of all, we're without a speaker. This is historic. Something like this hasn't happened in well over 100 years. And now what we've got is...
I thought it's never happened.
I thought so too. I don't know what you mean.
I think this is the first time that the Speaker of the House has been ousted. Yeah.
Okay, well, she's hedging her bet. 100 years.
Who knows what happened before that?
When the Republicans are playing out their infighting on national television in a historic way, instead of fighting Joe Biden's policies. The one time we are up in virtually every metric as it relates to the Biden administration, you have the Republicans going out there and showing how dysfunctional they are as Matt Gaetz is engaging in fundraising. And I got to tell you something. I am furious. There's no question that this is something that that they have been trying to do for almost 9 months that McCarthy's been Speaker. And the truth is that they've done a lot in Congress. They've got a lot of bills passed. The fact that the Senate doesn't want to take them. They've done a lot in terms of oversight. And, you know, now you've got the Democrats. This is the crazy thing. Democrats who hate the MAGA Republicans are now joining with the MAGA Republicans to oust Speaker McCarthy. This is like the devil is in the middle of all of this chaos, and Donald Trump is right. Why are the Republicans fighting with each other like that?
It's awesome.
Love it.
Love to see it. This one sounds juicy. Mike Pence, chief of staff, says what about Matt Gaetz, who's not a pedophile, folks?
But
Don't
the
say
people
that.
who were masquerading as fiscal conservatives really aren't, Jake. I mean, Matt Gaetz, to say he came here as a fiscal crusader, it's more likely he came here for the teenage interns on Capitol Hill.
Yeah, isn't that fucking epic?
This is what I'm saying. They're going mask off on him, dude.
Dude, Mark Short.
Yo!
What a fucking king. And that's Mike Pence's guy, the most milquetoast dude in the world.
What the fuck? Yo, they got daggers out, dude.
I'm
Matt
telling
Gaetz
you.
is gonna get fucking.
That was just a good ass line, too. That's funny. One more time.
That's awesome. Oh my god, free Nestor, free Nestor, free Nestor till it's spelled backwards.
Really aren't, Jake. I mean, Matt Gaetz, to say he came here as a fiscal crusader, it's more likely he came here for the teenage interns on Capitol Hill, to be honest. Look, he's...
Dude, that was so fucking
Bro,
good.
here's the thing. They've already been like throwing out sussy one-liners about how he like apparently he takes Viagra and energy drinks to go all night. I saw something like that. They're just fucking ripping him. They're Madison Cawthorning him right now.
Right. It's all true,
You
by the way.
can't go after. You just can't. You can't disrupt process like this.
He's a disgusting freak, and it's all true. You know?
Yeah.
So I love that.
Matt Gaetz thought because he's like a Florida congressperson, you know, pedophilia and getting a DUI would be a prerequisite, which it is. If you're a Florida congressperson, it kind of is. You have to get a DUI, especially. And now in the national stage, people, you know, sometimes have an issue with that. Turns out.
So the really interesting twist in all of this is, hold on, a secret weapon is brewing. Could it be? Could it be?
Now,
I want this so
sources
bad.
telling me at this hour some House Republicans have been in contact with and have started an effort to draft former President Donald Trump to be
Pause
the
for a
next
second.
Speaker.
They're so horny, they wrote Fromer. Like, look, some House Republicans are trying to draft Fromer President Donald Trump. Like, they were so excited to
They're
type
slamming
that
it out real quick.
Yeah.
They were slamming the fucking keyboard on that Chiron. They were like, they nutted.
So true.
And I have been told that President Trump might be open to helping the Republican Party, at least
well, how
in the short
gracious.
term, if
He's open to it.
necessary.
Yes!
If it's needed. Anyway, McCarthy.
Yes!
Bro,
so
I
good.
love how he's saying his sources, which like they're like
Trump.
dog. Yeah, I mean
His
it's like
sources are
extra
Donald
minute.
Trump.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. Please, please, please make this happen. Please.
That'll be so interesting because clearly Trump doesn't know anything about procedures because everything in there is like super high level procedural. It's going to be
Exactly.
such a fucking
Bro,
amazing show.
You can be president and not know a single
Yeah.
fucking thing, and you'll be carried around. Joe Brandon is like barely a fucking alive human, and he's like doing a phenomenal job, right? But you cannot be the Speaker of the House and not do all of the wheeling and dealing, all of the conniving politics. Like, it is the most political position. It is the most politics position. You need to know all the procedures. You need to like go through all of these like different loops. Like, you have to fucking get your caucuses together. Donald Trump would fucking kill himself in that position. He'd be like, this is the worst thing I've ever had to do.
But even
he would
like,
just not do it. No.
Oh, what'd she do?
She went for a cord, for a cable, but
here,
it's
guy.
fine. She didn't.
Come here, baby.
Oh
didn't get
God! Trump posted this with the gavel and the hat in the chamber.
He's in, baby.
And I mean, like, if you've ever seen the Speaker of the House,
The motherfucker.
they're speaking like another language. It's so bureaucratic. It's so procedural. There's no shot.
Let's indict the motherfucker.
That gotta be amazing. It would be amazing.
I love that.
Oh, it'd be amazing. But
I
there
want it
is.
so bad.
Let's get the hammer in hand, people. I mean, that would tank his presidency, I feel like, for sure. He would look like such a dumbass.
No, I think that he. I mean, it would be horrible he would just do such a bad job. He would just hate it. It would be awesome. It'd be horrible for the country, but like, I mean, what is good for the country at this point? You know what I mean? I'm just in it for the fun.
One more
this
time.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more time.
Well, I think it's appropriate to give them a few days to get away, come back on Tuesday, have a forum, allow people to present their issues forward. But I think that what's concerning is we really are $33 trillion in debt.
Yeah.
We do have a border crisis. There's a lot of it really aren't, Jake. I mean, Matt Gaetz, to say he came here as a fiscal crusader, it's more likely he came here for the teenage interns on Capitol Hill, to be honest. Look, he's voted for continuing resolution.
That's the best fucking line. Shout out Mark.
That's deliberate. They're coming for him.
What a guy. Well, that's about it. I don't know if there's anything else.
Wait, if you're liking the Matt Gaetz thing, you got to this one last one. You got to see this clip.
Oh, I love the Matt Gaetz thing. So yeah.
They're fucking.
Because he's not the only one. The masks are coming off pretty quickly here.
Okay, here we go.
Dude, one house, 400 faces, dude. 436 faces, you know?
You got to think about this guy. This is a guy that the media didn't give a time of day to after he was accused of sleeping with an underage girl.
Oh, they all remember this now.
Of course, all of a sudden
they worked shoulder to shoulder. They didn't seem to care, but now they're all so concerned about it.
I mean, Mark Mullen is especially just like I fucking hate him so much. Jesus Christ.
Well, Republican from Oklahoma.
I mean, he's a senator too. Like.
Yeah, no.
The other guy was like a former chief of staff to Mike Pence, but now we have like
this is real shit.
Oh, you'll get more quotes like this flying around.
I'm so glad that they're interested in taking people responsible for sleeping with underage girls. That's really refreshing. Maybe
Matt Gaetz is like this is his like exit strategy to be like, oh yeah, they came after me and said I was a pedophile, not because I did sex trafficking of minors, but because I disrupted congressional process. I don't know. I mean, what's the goal there, Matt? What's going on there?
They didn't
What's the
invent
agenda?
it. Yeah.
I've never felt more confident in my position early on like there was a back and forth going on with Force to Vote. I don't know if you remember this. Back in the day when Nancy Pelosi was supposed to be voted in for speaker, and there was also a slim majority in the Democratic Party. Well, it was a wider majority than the one that the Republicans had, but still there were some people, some at the time considered themselves to be leftists, others are no longer leftists, that were saying, no, do this exact same thing that Matt Gaetz is doing to force to the floor a Medicare for all vote. Because they had it in the House, they had the majority in the House, they had the majority in the Senate. Okay? And I was very critical of it. I thought that it was a silly thing to do because it would only draw animosity to progressives and Medicare for all in general, and it would ultimately be catastrophic with no tangible positives for the progressive movement or Medicare for all.
Because it was very unlikely to pass.
It was not going to pass.
Like zero.
Like, of course it wasn't going to pass because Democrats don't want Medicare for all. Democratic politicians don't want Medicare for all. And at the time, everybody yelled at me, but it seems like, hey, look at that. Do you think Matt Gaetz is looking too good right now? Looking too hot?
Well, he also does have the sex crimes going for him.
Well, yeah.
Which makes it a lot easier to kind of...
Even if he didn't have it.
Yeah, he would look bad,
they
but
would
the
still
sex
rip him.
crimes is good. It's a good angle.
Yeah.
One, and the conference came and defended him because we had all seen the videos he was showing on the House floor that all of us had walked away of the girls that he had slept with. He'd brag about how he would crush TB medicine and chase it with
this is what
with an energy drink so he could go all night. This is obviously before you got married. And so when that accusation came out, no one defended him, and then no one on the media would give him a time of the day. All of a sudden he found fame because he opposed the Speaker of the House back in November. And he's always stayed there, and he was never going to leave until he got this last moment of fame by going after a motion to vacate.
Is he regretting this? You think Gaetz is like, I probably fucked up now that everyone's calling him a pedo?
I mean, how did he not see it? Like, how did he not see that this was going to happen to him?
He was clout hungry. He got clout blinded.
Clout shit's funny, dude.
Could it know that he is probably fucked on all of the ethics investigations, and so by doing this, he can be like, "Oh, they're just trying to."
They're trying.
The deep state's trying to bury me.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know,
stood up
man.
to Kevin McCarthy.
But the problem is, like, I don't think there's a lot of appetite.
Not that good of a strategy.
The base won't punish you for being obstructionist, but like that still doesn't change the reality that like you are hurting the overall way that the people view the Republican Party.
If all your colleagues are doing media appearances calling you a pedophile,
yeah,
that's not going to be good for the image.
Not great for your
like before, it could be like, oh, it's a partisan attack from the Democrats, but now everyone's
the best part of this is like the battle lines are being drawn, right? And everyone's like kind of shitting on Matt Gaetz for understandable reasons, and it's like there's so much wonderful opposition research opportunities here for like every single Republican to just like point the finger at everyone that now has associated themselves at any point with the radioactive brand of Matt Gaetz, that you can just like, I don't even think they foresee the backlash that they themselves will receive from this. Like I mentioned, this hurts Ron DeSantis. Matt Gaetz, Florida congressperson. Matt Gaetz is an ally to Ron DeSantis. This is going to literally rip Ron DeSantis further, in my opinion, right? So, like Trump, if I'm Trump, I'm using this against little Rhonda, like aggressively.
Poor little Rhonda. He's taken enough.
I'm saying the Republicans need me to unite the party, and no other Republican can do that on the debate stage. I'm the only one to do it. And, little Rhonda loves Matt Gaetz, just like Matt Gaetz loves kids.
I will say... Oh, come on. Don't say he's a pedophile, Hassan. We don't know that he's a pedophile.
Allegedly.
We don't know if Matt Gaetz is a pedophile. Come on. He's also a very strange-looking guy. Very strange.
Yeah, he looks like a
odd.
villain. He just has like
Absolutely.
villainous vibes always.
I don't know what it is. But...
That's what Love said this morning when I had him pulled up on my screen. He was like, he looks like a bad guy.
He does.
So mean.
Matt Gaetz does have the opportunity. The funniest thing, though, I'm just saying, like when he's going out, don't go out like a coward, dude. Go out like a hero. Do with that information what you will. Knives are out. They're coming to gut you. Fucking do the damn thing.
Fight back. Don't back down, Matt.
Look at this motherfucker. He's like, do what the fuck? How villainous can you look? He's got like evil eyebrows.
Jesus.
He looks like the bad guy from Roger Rabbit or something. All right. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Well, good times. Fun times.
Good times.
Exciting times. And if Trump becomes speaker, please, at least try. Like, let's make an honest effort to make that happen.
I am fully in support of Donald Trump becoming the speaker, and then acting like the speaker position means that he can't be tried anymore. Because like that's what's going to happen. He's going to be like, I'm the Speaker of the House. You can't try me.
For real though, what's the likelihood you think that Trump might become speaker?
No. I don't think so. I think it's like way more likely for it to be Jim Jordan or maybe Steve Scalise, even though he's like dying right now.
Well, that's perfect.
I think Steve Scalise has like blood cancer or something, right?
Oh, I hadn't heard about
like,
that.
Well, then
he has like some different kind of...
David Duke Scalise?
Yeah. David Duke without the baggage.
Without the baggage, I'm sorry.
David Duke without the baggage.
The good David Duke.
Yeah.
What's David Duke's baggage? Hating being a racist?
Just people knowing that he's a Klansman, I think, is his baggage. Like, if people don't know that you're a Klansman, but you have, like, Klansman politics, then they can't say that for you.
God, he's such a weird-looking dude. Look at this, man.
I say have fun with it. You don't have to be in Congress or a sitting politician to be representative.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Tomorrow we're having our House Speaker Live update. Trump considering visiting Capitol next week.
Go. Do it.
Let's get him in there. Waste no time. Thank you, everyone. We'll be here tomorrow.